வணக்கம் நண்பர்களே, மீண்டும் ஒரு வீடியோவில் சந்திப்பதில் மகிழ்ச்சி. ஸோ இன்னைக்கு கிளாஸில் எலக்ட்ரானிக்ஸ் தான் பார்க்க போகிறோம். ஸோ லாஸ்ட் கிளாஸோட கண்டினியூவேஷன் தான். ஸோ இன்னைக்கு கிளாஸில் we discuss about the digital techniques. So the digital techniques, there should be three topics. One is flip-flop, then second one is register, then third one is counter. So in this class we have to discuss only about flip-flop. Okay, so then before that, going to the flip-flop, so last class நம்ம என்ன பார்த்தோன்றது ஒரு 2 to 3 minutes we have to recap from the previous classes. Okay, so then previous classes then operation amplifier, then IC74 ஒன்று தான் நம்ம பார்த்தோம். ஸோ பார்க்காத நண்பர்கள் சேனல் பிளேலிஸ்ட்டில் இருக்கு, இல்லை டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷனில் கொடுக்க அதையும் பார்த்துட்டு வந்துடுங்க. ஸோ தென் ஆப்ரேஷன் ஆம்ப்ளிஃபயர்னா என்னன்ட்டு we have to give most important definition about the operation amplifier. Then after that, what are the characteristics of pump? That should be IC74. Already we have to discuss in the last classes. Just we have to recap. Okay, we have to remember some point from the previous classes. Okay, then what are the characteristics of pump? So detailed video channel playlist la irukku, illa description link irukku, venu nanbargal paathunga. So then pump maybe perform a more mathematical operation in some cases like addition, subtraction, and integration and differentiation. Those cases are we have to elaborate in the last classes. Okay, then inverting amplifier, then non-inverting amplifier, then adder, then subtractor, and integration and differentiation. So in the early last class la நம்ம பார்த்தோம். ஓகேங்களா? So இன்னைக்கு கிளாஸ்ல we have to discuss about the digital techniques. So digital techniques comes under three topics, most important, then flip-flop, register, and counter. Okay, so then flip-flop, so flip-flop, then flip-flop is a fundamental building blocks of digital electronic circuit. Okay, this is the first point about the flip-flop. So then flip-flop, it is used to store the binary data. That is the important binary data. Then third point, then flip-flop is a bistable device. Most important point, bistable device. Then fourth point, it has two stable state and it is used to store the binary values like 0 and 1. Okay, so this is the little bit introduction about the flip-flop. So flip-flop is a fundamental building block of whatever the digital electronics. Okay, then flip-flop mostly used to store binary data. So the binary data value must be 0 and 1. So then flip-flop is a two state stable, that is called then bistable. So நிறைய time இதே கேட்டிருக்காங்க. So from this 4 point we have to make more than 20 to 25 MCQ. Okay, we have to remember those point about flip-flop. So next, then what are the types of flip-flop? So there should be three types of flip-flop. Then SR flip-flop, and another one is a D flip-flop, then JK flip-flop. Okay, So next we discuss about the types of flip-flops. Then types of flip-flop. So first flip-flop, then SR flip-flop, then second one is D flip-flop, then third one is JK flip-flop. So then first we discuss about first one, that should be a SR flip-flop. So SR flip-flop diagram just no need for the MCQ, okay. Just we have to understand the truth table, okay. So then SR flip-flop or truth flip-flop, then S stands for set, then R stands for reset. Upper set na the value must be 1. If it reset 0, then 1 means that should be a high. If it's 0 means that should be a low. So in this way we have to identify by using the flip-flops. So then we write it down the truth table for SR flip-flop. So then yes, or this is the Q is the output. If SR value 0, if you give input, that should be a 2 input. One is S and R. These are all the inputs. Then Q is the output. Okay. Output, okay, input and output. So if S value is 0 and R value is 0 means what is the output Q value? That should be a previous value. That should be a Q is equal to, that should be a previous value ku poidum. So output Q is next value po. Okay, that is the important. If we set the input S equal to 0 and R is equal to 0, then output Q is the next stage. Okay, if meanwhile we have to give the input for SR 00 means the output goes to the previous one. So similarly, if S equal to 0, then R is equal to 1, then in these cases 0 na already சொல்லிருக்கேன், 0 na there should be a reset. There should be a reset. Okay, reset. Then if S equal to 1, then R is equal to 0, then output value will be a 1. 1 na high, that should be a set. If both S and R flip-flop input is 1, then output is a invalid. This is the most important way how to remember while studying the SR flip-flop. There should be a 4 cases. Okay, then we have to apply the input with respect to S and R, then we have to get the output value. If both the input 0 for SR, then we have to get the output Q, it goes to the previous state. If S equal to 0 and R is equal to 1 means it should be a reset. If S equal to 1, then R is equal to 0, the output will be a set. If both the input is 1, it should be a invalid. So question is so in SR flip-flop both the input have 1 value, then what is the output? That should be 0, 1 or invalid or none of above. Some of the cases so definitely the question. Okay, so this is the SR flip-flop. Next we move on to the D flip-flop. So then D flip-flop. So then D stands for data or delay. So then D stands for data flip-flop or then delay. Okay, delay flip-flop. There should be a D stands for data or delay flip-flop. So in D flip-flop is most important. We have to apply input. Meanwhile, we have to apply the clock pulse. Then only we have to get the output. So then truth table for D flip-flop. Okay. So then truth table for D flip-flop. So then D, then meanwhile we have to apply the clock pulse, then we have to get the output Q. Okay, then if Q the input D is equal to 0, then we have to the clock that should be a leading edges. So if that should be leading edges or rising edges. The output will be a 0. If the input of D flip-flop is 1, then we have to give the clock that should be a rising edge. The output will be a 1. So same other. Then we have to give the what input we have to given in the D flip-flop, the same one we have to get the output. When we apply the clock pulse, the clock will be a rising edge. That should be most important cases. The question may be asked like this: in D flip-flop, the clock will be a rising edge, or it should be a leading edge, or negative, or decreases or increases. Somewhat we have to given in the 4 option. Then we have to choose clock pulse will be a rising or increasing, okay, or leading edges. So in this way we have to remember this. Okay, so next JK flip-flop. Okay, then JK flip-flop. Okay, so in the JK flip-flop, the same we have to follow for what we have to determine the SR flip-flop. Then in JK flip-flop is a combine for both SR and D flip-flop, which is called as JK flip-flop. So then SR flip-flop like now follow panomo adhe in that JK flip-flop. So in previous cases you see that in that SR flip-flop la 1 kudukumbodhu invalid varum, but in JK flip-flop we have to apply 1 that should be a toggle. Varum. Okay, that we have to discuss in the next classes. Okay, then toggle flip-flop there should be then T flip-flop. As an upcoming classes la number detail paakalam. So up to this is the most 3 flip-flop is important for upcoming PGTRB examination. If it needed, then we have to go for a T flip-flop also. So we have to know the difference for SR and JK flip-flop. In SR flip-flop both the input 1 the output is invalid. In JK flip-flop that both the input is input for J and K, input is 1 means the output is toggle. Okay, so these are all about the flip-flop. You have to remember, okay? So what we did in the today classes, the digital techniques, there should be a 3 topics, then flip-flop, register, counter. So in the class lab we have to discuss about then flip-flop. Flip-flop we have to give some of the introduction or definition, then what are the types of flip-flop, then we have to discuss about truth table, okay? I have give only the short notes only, so elaborate வந்து நீங்க கத்துக்கணும் அப்படினா we have to join in the regular classes. So already regular classesல join பண்ணவங்களுக்கு we have to elaborate with clock diagram or timing diagram போட்டு explain பண்ணா இன்னும் we have to easily understand. So some of the problem கேக்கும்போது we need to draw the timing diagram also for all the flip-flop, okay? Then meanwhile we have to discuss then other topics like register and counter in the next classes, okay? அதே மாதிரி then நீங்கள் வந்து DPN அகாடமின்னு சொல்லிட்டு கூகுள் ப்ளே ஸ்டோரில் போயிட்டு நீங்கள் ஆப்பை டவுன்லோட் பண்ணணும். அதுக்கான லிங்க்கும் நான் டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷனில் கொடுக்குறேன். அந்த லிங்க் யூஸ் பண்ணி DPN அகாடமி டவுன்லோட் பண்ணி வச்சிங்க. ஸோ ரெகுலர் கிளாஸஸ், டெஸ்ட் பேட்ச், தென் ஆன்சர் கீ பேட்ச் எல்லாமே நம்ம அந்த DPN அகாடமி மூலமாக தான் நம்ம டீச் பண்ணுவோம், டெஸ்ட் பேட்சும் கண்டக்ட் பண்ணுவோம். ஸோ ஜாயின் பண்ணுறவங்க வாட்ஸ்அப் பண்ணுங்கள். வாட்ஸ்அப் டெலகிராம்க்கான லிங்க்குமே வந்து டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷனில் இருக்குது. லிங்க் யூஸ் பண்ணி ஜாயின் பண்ணிங்க. So if you have any doubt regarding about classes and test batches, then we have to message WhatsApp. இல்லைனா கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்க. Then we have to respond your questions, okay? Then all the study material question bank, then problems will be available, okay? Thank you.